Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be reactions for WWE Clash in Paris 2025. Now, if you're wondering, Joey, why do you look sunburned? That's because I have been out in the sun all day. So, yeah. But anyway, I got 4 out of the 6 matches correct, which is overall a pretty good pay-per-view for me. I did good on the predictions, and overall the show itself was pretty good. So let's get right into the results. So the first match is singles match: Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Winner of the singles match, Roman Reigns. Overall, this is not what I predicted. Like I said in my predictions video, I thought it would be a pretty good idea for them to have Bronson Reed have a big win over Roman Reigns, because this would help get Seth Rollins' faction, the Vision, over more, and it would prove that Bronson Reed is a top star like everybody is saying. But it seems like Bronson Reed just could not get the job done against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns got the W, and that's pretty much it for that match. But overall, the match was great. The second match of the night is a tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Wyatt Six champions versus the Street Profits. Winners of the tag team match and still the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six. Yeah, I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. Like I said in my predictions video, the Wyatt Six were the safe pick going into this match. They were also the safe pick going out of the match, and I just did not really see the Wyatt Six losing the titles to the Street Profits, because they only won the titles a couple months ago, and they won the titles from the Street Profits. So I didn't really see them losing the titles back to the Street Profits, but overall, it was a pretty good match. Third match of the night is a singles match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Nikki Bella. Winner of the singles match and still the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. So I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. I knew that Becky Lynch was pretty much going to win. She was the safe pick going into this match. She was also the safe pick going out of this match. I didn't really see her losing to Nikki Bella. Now, like I said in my predictions video, I wasn't really too excited for this match. Basically, what I've explained in that video is that I think Triple H is just basically cucking the women's mid-card division on Monday Night Raw, because they have these main eventers wrestling in the mid-card where they don't need to be. Like I said, Becky Lynch only won the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship from Lila Valkyria because she just has never won the title. Like I said before, Becky Lynch is a great wrestler. She does not need a title to have a great match, have a great storyline, have a great feud. She doesn't need it. And it's pushing the mid-card to the side. Like I said, I think Triple H is cucking the mid-card because, he's pushing all these other people to the side, like Lyra Valkyria, Natalia, Maxine Dupree, all these other wrestlers that have an opportunity for the championship. They're not getting it because of people like Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. And then here it comes to Nikki Bella. Like I said, Nikki Bella doesn't need to be in this match either. She's another wrestler that doesn't need a title to have a good wrestling match, to have a great storyline, to have a great feud. I just never really understood it. So, overall, the match was good, but the build-up was pretty good too. But I think the biggest disappointment is that they're not really using the mid-card the way that Triple H is using the mid-card on Friday Night SmackDown, and that just really bugs me. I don't know what Triple H is doing. He's just basically cucking the mid-card on Monday Night Raw. women's mid-card Monday Night Raw. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyways, overall, that was a good match. But overall, the whole thing is okay to me. The fourth match of the night is a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Sheamus versus Rusev. Winner of the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match is Rusev. Yeah, I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. Like I said in my predictions video, I pretty much knew Rusev was going to win. Even though I wanted to pick Sheamus because Sheamus is my favorite wrestler, I knew that was not the right choice to make because I knew Sheamus was just not going to win. But there's also the factor of, like, this is Rusev's first big feud back in WWE. He's been, feuding with Sheamus for about, 2.5 months now. So because this is Rusev's first big feud back, I knew he was going to be pretty much getting the big win against Sheamus and finishing off the feud. So I pretty much knew Rusev was going to win, and it was not really too much of a surprise to me because of just how the storyline was going and how it was going to end. But overall, the match was great. Obviously, people are going to be thinking I'm biased about this opinion. I think it's a great match because I love stipulation matches. And, I'm kind of a little biased towards stipulation matches because I love stipulation matches and, I'm kind of biased towards those. But there's a reason for it because I think, a stipulation to a match adds more to the story. There's a bigger outcome from it. And, Rusev getting this big win helps him move forward to his destiny of either winning a mid-card title this year or winning the world title. So we'll see what happens. The fifth match of the night is a singles match. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Winner of the singles match, John Cena. This is another match, I got wrong, but it's okay. So, like I said in my predictions video, I thought that Logan Paul would get the win because I didn't really think John Cena was going to beat him. And the reason why I thought that was because, John Cena doesn't really need a win against Logan Paul. I thought John Cena was going to put Logan Paul over because, Logan Paul is a fresh face. He's new. He's young. That's the type of opponent that John Cena puts over. And I figured that was going to happen. But I guess that's not the case. It wasn't a burial or anything. But, this is John Cena's last year in the company. They want to give him a couple big wins. Yeah, Logan Paul is a big win, but it's a match where John Cena didn't really need to win, but he didn't really need to lose. Now, him facing Brock Lesnar is another story. John Cena will be facing Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view of WWE WrestlePalooza 2025, and that match is going to be a really hard prediction, so wait until the feud is building up more. But overall, great match. Sixth thing is a fatal four-way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, the champion, versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Winner of the fatal four-way match and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Yeah, I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. Like I said in my predictions video, I pretty much knew that Seth Rollins was going to retain. He was the safe pick going into the match. He was also a safe pick going out of the match. But, like I said in my predictions video, Seth Rollins, I think there's a bigger picture here. Bigger picture to the story. WWE starts planning for WrestleMania during the night after SummerSlam. So, my whole theory about it is that Seth Rollins was going to win this fatal four-way match. And Seth Rollins is going to hold the title until WrestleMania 42. And I think CM Punk is going to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. Now, I've been saying for the past 3 years that CM Punk is going to win the Royal Rumble. But, I think it's really going to happen this year. they're going to have Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at night 2 of WrestleMania 42. That's my whole theory. That's what I think is going to happen. But there's a big surprise in this match, though. CM Punk actually got screwed again. So Seth Rollins found a way to screw CM Punk from winning the world title. Basically, Seth plotted against CM Punk to have Becky Lynch screw him. So I guess Becky Lynch is now a part of this Vision stable, which it kind of makes sense to me because, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch have been on screen together in the past and as a tag team. It just makes sense to me. Plus, they're husband and wife in real life, so, pretty big deal. But yeah, Becky Lynch helped Seth Rollins to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, to retain his title, and to screw CM Punk once again. Like I said, I pretty much knew that's what was going to happen, that CM Punk was going to retain the title. Not in the way that I expected, with Becky Lynch helping him to get rid of CM Punk, but I knew that Seth Rollins was going to just win in general. Because, like I said, I think what's going to happen is the main event of WrestleMania 42 is going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42 Night 2. And I think CM Punk is going to win. He's going to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. But overall, great match. Alright, so what do I think is the match of the night? Well, obviously, the match of the night for me is the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. There is a lot of great things about it. The storytelling was great. The match was great. All the wrestlers in it is great. There's a lot of great things about it, They're really building to a story here that they had building for about 3 years now between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. At every opportunity, Seth Rollins screws CM Punk from winning the world title. And right now, CM Punk, just like Cody Rhodes did against Roman Reigns, is chasing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk is chasing after that title, and they're building the story, and the story was good. The match itself was great, not because it's a stipulation, but because the match itself was great. And then you've got the wrestlers involved. Seth Rollins, he's the face of the company. He's one of the greatest wrestlers right now. And like I said about Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and even him, they're all wrestlers that don't need a world title to have a great match, to have a great story, and all that. So overall, I thought that was great. CM Punk. CM Punk is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You can already fit him in the WWE Hall of Fame already because of what he's done for the wrestling industry. Of course, CM Punk is great. Jey Uso, even though he was my second pick and he didn't win the match, he was still pretty much involved in the match, and he added to the story of him winning the second world title for a second time. And then LA Knight, I talked about this in my predictions video. I don't know if Triple H will ever have LA Knight win the world title. He might win another mid-card title again, but I don't know if it's because of LA Knight's age or just that, Triple H thinks that LA Knight is not a good enough worker to have the title, or he's just not over with fans, but that's obviously not true because he's very much over. I believe that Triple H just does not want LA Knight to win a world title, but overall, he was great in the match too. Overall, that's the match of the night. The underdog match of the night, let's see. Oh boy. Shit. This is going to be a hard decision right here for me. It's going to be hard because, there's so many great matches on the show. There's not too many matches that I actually dislike. There was only one, and I've already talked about it. But I think my underdog match of the night, it's tough. It's like a 3-way tie, and I can't really choose. Oh, man. It's a toughie, boys and girls. I don't know what to say here, but I think I'm going to have to give it to John Cena and Logan Paul. Just because for a lot of people that might be like a dream match, like a WrestleMania dream match that people can see. Because John Cena, he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Yes, I'm actually mentioning it in a video. John Cena is the greatest of all time. And you got Logan Paul, who is a generational talent that people have never seen before. He can do all this stuff that nobody else can. He can jump off a top rope with a freaking phone in his hand. You know, he can do all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, he's a generational talent. Of course people want to see him. He's also a mega star. You know, all these millions and billions of views on YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever he's on social media, and he's a generational talent. So overall, I think it's a great match for that reason. The storyline was great. The match was great. Even though John Cena didn't put Logan Paul over like I thought he was, it was still a great match. So that's my underdog match in the night. Honorable mention, it's a tie between the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match and the singles match between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Like I said earlier, I love stipulation matches. I think they add more to storylines and feuds, and the feud between Rusev and Sheamus has been going on for 2.5 months now, and it's a great way to end it off. And it's a great way to reestablish Rusev in WWE after him being with AEW for the longest time. And, you know, Sheamus and Rusev are good buddies, and it was overall just going to be a great feud. So, a great way to bring back Rusev and a great way to reestablish him in WWE and just have him have a big win at a pay-per-view and have a big win in a feud. And Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, another match where I thought would have been great if Bronson Reed had a big win to help establish Seth Rollins' faction division and have him have a big win and big matches if he's going to be a big star someday. I think that needed to happen, but it didn't. But, you know, overall, Roman Reigns, like I said, he's another one of those people. He's a top star in the company. He doesn't need a world title to have a great match, to have a great feud, and all this stuff. And you know what I think? Even though Bronson Reed didn't win the match, Roman Reigns did put him over because the match was great. You know, the storyline was okay, but the match itself was great. The build-up was okay, the storyline was okay, but the match itself was great. So overall, those are my two honorable mentions. And those were my predictions and reactions for WWE Clash in Paris 2025. Please post a comment. What are your predictions and reactions for WWE Clash in Paris 2025? And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Period.